Attention, all busy, overwhelmed, and easily distracted individuals. Yep, I'm talking to you. Are you tired of feeling scattered and unproductive? Do you struggle to stay focused and on track? If so, our ADHD coaching and accountability groups may be just what you need. With the holidays coming and our next season starting January 5th, 6th, and 7th, time is running out to register. We will be hosting registration events for these award-winning groups on December 19th, 20th, and 21st, and again on December 28th and 29th, and if need be, December 30th. But seriously, act fast. With one section already full and another with only 3 spots left, at least at the time of this recording, the other sections are going to fill up quickly. And we don't want you to miss out on this amazing opportunity to get the support and guidance you need to thrive. Our experienced and talented coaches will help you develop strategies and techniques to better manage your time, set achievable goals, and stay accountable to your progress. Plus, you'll be part of an amazing and supportive community of like-brained individuals with ADHD who are all working and growing together, and you will know that you are not alone. Don't let this chance slip away. I want you to imagine for a moment that you were listening to the podcast in a week or 2 from now, and you hear me say, we are full and registration is closed. Would you be having a bad case of FOMO? Are you regretting not taking action sooner? I'm not saying this just for hype, but because we've heard so many people who have signed up tell us that they were going to sign up during a previous season, they didn't get started soon enough, and by the time they tried to sign up, we were full or the section that worked for their schedule was full. So for real, get started with your pre-registration process because it will take you some time. We have a 30-minute video for you to watch. Then you'll answer some questions and send us a short video telling us about you. That's the pre-registration process, and the details of what you need to send us will be in the email we send you after you sign up for our interest list. After you do those things, we will then send you an invitation to join us for our registration events. So if you've been thinking about it for a while, or even if you've recently came upon this podcast, I just want to encourage you to take that first step toward a more focused and fulfilling life. And remember, a little bit of chaos can be a good thing, but too much chaos can be overwhelming. So don't delay. Join us for our registration events and start the new year off right. If you haven't yet added your name to our winter interest list, go to coachingrewired.com and tell us you're interested so we can send you what you need to register. Registration is by invitation, so get your name on that interest list. To get started, go to coachingrewired.com. That's coachingrewired.com. And since this isn't an actual episode, but just a special ad, please enjoy these testimonials and happy holidays.
Before this group, I doubted my ability to grow.
I came to the group out of hope, really struggling with who I was and what I wanted to do and feeling stuck.
I joined group because I think I'm one of the few people here that was diagnosed as a child, and I knew how to handle it as a kid, but I never matured and figured out how to handle ADHD as an adult and what it means to be an adult with ADHD.
I joined this group because I was exhausted trying to do everything myself, and I knew I needed community and a group to journey with in my struggles.
I decided to join this group because I couldn't be alone anymore. I knew that I needed external accountability, and I think I'll need that forever.
I decided to join the group because I became aware of how much ADHD has impacted the use of my time.
Before, I would ask myself, what do I even offer to the world? I was just in a really low place.
So I decided to join because I was trying to do this by myself, and it just wasn't working. In 20 plus years, I read the things, I listened to every podcast, I had all the tools, and still I was losing jobs, always stressed. The guilt and disappointment were just ruining my life. And I had to admit to myself that I just couldn't do it alone.
I think I was afraid at first. Especially with the opening, I was like, oh no, this sounds really scary. If I mess up, they're going to kick me out.
I was awestruck listening to everyone voice their frustrations, worries, and struggles, and I thought, oh wow, this is just like me. I've never heard of anyone else struggling the way I feel I do. It gave me such a sense of community and belonging that I don't think I have ever felt before.
I am a lawyer. I didn't want to come out professionally, for lack of a better term, and there just aren't a lot of people around here I can talk to, so I wanted to join a community.
It's nice to have a place where people can get together and chat about these things.
I discovered hope and the possibility of change around things that I was convinced were immovable.
I really feel this way, that this changed my life.
Everyone in the group who's talked about their issue, we all then become invested in wanting to see them grow, and by proxy, wanting to see ourselves grow.
What I learned is that with the right support, change is possible. And I'm not sure I really believed that for most of my life.
I'm most proud of being able to be vulnerable, especially in my masterminds. It's hard for me because I'm not used to people being supportive of me when I'm in a state of not having achieved something. So that's something that's actually really difficult for me.
What I've accomplished in 10 weeks, I didn't do it alone. I did it with all of you. I did it with my A team. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done. The results so far, for me, have been really positive in the sense that I do believe that I can live without fear.
You realize that trying to find better tools isn't really just the only solution. It's finding a community, finding people, and finding support, and learning how to ask for help and learning how to give help better. I think that really helps make a difference.
My biggest takeaways are a commitment to more self-care, as evidenced by my creating a wind-down routine at the end of the day. It's self-care is self-forgiveness, and self-forgiveness is freedom. I have the stories, they don't have me.
The thing that I learned was I have a place in this world. I can continue to learn and relearn the techniques that have been shared with me here, and also continue to receive the support that I've gotten here, which I also didn't know I needed, but I'm so grateful for.
I'm most proud of how, despite how difficult these 10 weeks have been, not just in terms of work for this program, but many personal stressors, I didn't give up.
I think some of the things that have been most impactful for my life are implementing time blocking as a tool. It's been huge.
I just fully believe in the power of peer support. I think in order to heal from all the internalized shame and ableism and the trauma from growing up and not having known your ADHD or really understood it, being around other people who are going through the same thing and healing. And I love you all, so why can't I love myself?
And this group is like a scaffolding for us to move from intention to action. And the scaffolding's above the muck and the stories and everything else. If you have a scaffolding on a building, you're renovating. You could be renovating or renewing it. And that building is us. For me, the building project is trying to open the windows, increase the size of the windows. And when the size of the windows increase, more light gets in. And just as importantly, more of our light gets out.
This community is amazing, and I feel like I found purpose. I didn't know what to expect. It was just absolutely worth it.
This group of strangers, we got together and we came into this thing thinking we were our own special kind of broken. But we grew together, uplifted each other, and saw how we're not broken and we're not alone. I saw this group and I knew this was my place.
They just taught me to be compassionate with myself and to say, hey, this is a process.
What I did not expect was coming away with a group of people that I love and respect so much. I never saw that coming.
When I think of success, I now focus on what is kind, compassionate, and possible. I try not to think about what I should or should have done or what people expect of me, and instead try to think of what I really want and what I think I'm capable of. And then, if the situation calls for it, reach a little bit further, except for when it comes to boundaries. Boundaries stay firm.
I thought in order to grow and make progress, I'd always have to mask and explain to people what I was struggling with or what I needed help with. I don't feel like I have to do that here. That's been a really big deal.
Now, instead of pushing myself, instead of punishing myself and feeling guilty for how my brain works, I can believe and achieve and take pride in my successes and get excited for my future.
When I think of success, I now think of the bravery that it takes to live a life with our condition unapologetically and with compassion. I think that the default mode that we're made to feel in society is to just feel shame and just feel all of these things that have been attributed to us all our lives. But I think realizing now that there's a lot of courage and bravery in vulnerability and sharing what you're struggling with, and then having the courage to advocate for yourself and just live unapologetically.
It all has helped me be more comfortable with who I am.
It just completely changed my outlook. I'm learning to reframe things. I see value in myself. I see where I can succeed. I see where I can have a lot of growth.
If you're thinking about joining this group, do it. If you're stuck and you need that extra push to help meet your goals but don't know where to start here.
If you're thinking about joining this group, There's really nothing like being with a bunch of ADHDers. We're a really remarkably diverse group of people. I was surprised at how varied everyone was, except for the one thing, which is that we all have ADHD.
If you're thinking of joining this group, I would say absolutely do it. 100%, you will not regret it. You get out of this program what you put into it. Be ready to be open, honest, and vulnerable with both yourself and your group. You are only cheating yourself if you don't, and there's a huge potential for growth if you do.
If you're thinking about joining this group, if you think you need this, it's probably time to do it.
So if you're thinking about doing this group, go for it. Check out the podcast, talk to Eric, or talk to people who are available. This is the place if you have ADHD to be.
If you're thinking of joining this group, just do it. You cannot regret this. You will not regret it. You only have gains. It's hard, but it's so worth it.
I came in expecting to get like a tool belt and then I take those tools and go with me, but I feel like more of a different person who has tools that I can use. So thank you, all of you, for such a wonderful experience. I had a great time with you all.
Ready to take action? The website again is coachingrewired.com. We hope to see you soon.